At a certain point, you have your name, FISHE. You're in 2 legendary crews in Los Angeles. What motivates you to excel and push harder on the streets?
You know, it's interesting. You say that it's 2 crews. To me, in my head and in my heart, it's the same crew, even though sometimes people treat it as separate things. To me, it's the same crew. What if people choose the right one or the other, that's on them, but it's the same crew. That being said, to be terribly honest with you, I'm a little bit, so when I was most active and when I was out there really pushing myself and my name on the streets the most, I felt like I was dialoguing with a really world-class group of graffiti writers, dudes from my crew, dudes from not my crew, Paisa, Zest, Revoke, Rhyme, et cetera, Sever, Dry, Rask. They were all active at a time, creating very beautiful, dynamic, illegal work, and it really drove me and motivated me to like get out there and bomb and try to push myself to do like, oh, I got to do a beautiful billboard. Oh, I got to do this crazy rooftop. I don't see too many current graffiti writers that really get me that motivated. There's definitely dudes that are bombing really hard, and I hella respect bombing. I think illegal graffiti, I think if it isn't illegal, it isn't graffiti, you know? So the dudes that are out there really risking their ass, pushing it, I give them a lot of respect. I see them out there. I see y'all out there. But I feel like it's less of a dynamic, competitive environment. I feel like there's 1 or 2 dudes out there shining the hardest, and everybody else is just kind of on their coattails, and it's not this very competitive, dynamic dudes, where it's dudes that are operating on the highest level. I don't mean to be disrespectful of any of the young guys bombing. There's guys out there pushing themselves, doing cool, innovative spots, but overall, it's not such a unified front of so many people creating shit that makes me want to go out there and drives me to go out there. I'll be honest with you, like I'll still do pieces, I'll still do bombs, but what fulfills me the most is just catching tags on shit. Like there's nothing that's that fun. Like if I travel, I mean, even around town, like I like doing simple throw ups and catching tags. Mind you, that's different from my mural work, that's different from my studio work. But the most interesting part of graffiti is like the adrenaline, is the feeling of being out there and just fuck the rules and fuck the cops and fuck the world.
What part of Los Angeles were your favorites to go riding?
I like all over town, but honestly, I feel like Hollywood has always been the most interesting place for me to go riding. I feel like for some reason it attracts people. People from all over town come to Hollywood, whether it's the clubs or this or that or the other. Like shit ends up in movies, and like shit ends up like in commercials, and that's always inadvertently. I'm just out there painting, but I feel like it's the most, I don't know, it's the craziest part of town. You know, in some ways, not necessarily the most dangerous, it's just the most crazy, the most active. There's so many like hidden little hole in the walls, illegal speakeasies and shit, like so much crazy shit happening in Hollywood. And by Hollywood, I mean East Hollywood, West Hollywood, all the way down to Melrose, all the way up to the Boulevard, like that whole, I guess, Hollywoodish part of LA, just along the hill, you know, fucking Los Feliz, that whole shit, the whole strip.
How long does it take you to complete a bomb on a busy street? A couple of hours? A couple of minutes? How fast are you?
I think at some point I got pretty quick at doing illegal work. I definitely tried to kind of block mostly everything out and just focus on what I'm doing. I also try to act really casual. So if I'm doing some street level shit, a lot of times I'll do it in the daytime and just pretend, you know, I'm supposed to be doing it. And people just kind of ignore you. They don't often care, you know. Other than that, you know, like I feel like I can complete a full burner on a billboard end to end within an hour, you know, multicolor, the whole nine.
Do you plan your missions out and have lookouts? Or are you a loner and just get up and do it yourself?
You know, I've always liked going by myself better than everything. Like having a lookout is great. Having a homie, having a good, trusted graffiti partner that knows what they're doing is a very dynamic and fun situation. I've been fortunate enough to have a few cats over the years that I feel like a strong connection with. I feel like we almost have like unspoken telepathy, like, yo, quiet, you know, like we have hand signs and stuff that work out. But I think I feel the most quiet. I can sneak in and out and do a lot of work by myself, kind of quicker and easier than having a partner sometimes. With all due respect to my partners, I love them. I love having the safety of a lookout or somebody else to have your back. but solo missions are the funnest.